Listen to the bell. Here they come. He's pointed to the long column of half-naked, sweating, water-bearing, plodding laboriously up the narrow street from the river. 5 abreast they marched, each bent under a heavy goatskin of water. A fine figure of a man, he who doth lead them, Cobby indicted the wearer of the bell who marched in front without a load, a prominent man in his own country. 'Tis easy to see. There are many good figures in the line, Bensier agreed. A good man as we, tall, blond men from the north, laughing back black men from the south, little brown men from the near countries, all marching together from the river to the gardens, back and forth, day after day, year after year, naught of happiness to look forward to, beds of straw upon which to sleep, hard grain porridge to eat. Pity the poor brutes, Cobby. Pity them I do, yet thou dost make me see how little better off are we, free men, though we call ourselves. That's true, Cobby, unpleasant thought though it be. We do not wish to go on year after year living slavish lives, working, getting nowhere. Might we find out how others acquire gold and do as they do? Cobby inquired. Perhaps there is some secret we might learn if we but sought for those who knew, replied Benzier thoughtfully. This very day, suggested Cobby, I did pass our old friend Arkad, riding in his golden chariot. This I will say, he did not look over my humble head, as many in his station might consider his right. Instead, he did wave his hand, that all onlookers might see him, paying greetings, and bestow his smile of friendship upon Cobby the musician. He is claimed to be the richest man in Babylon, Benzier mused. So rich, the king is said to seek his golden aid in affairs of the treasury, Cobby replied. So rich, Benzier interrupted, I fear I should meet him in the darkness of the night. I should lay my hands upon his fat wallet. Nonsense, Cobby. A man's wealth is not in the purse he carries. A fat purse quickly empties if there's no golden stream to refill it. Arkad has an income that constantly keeps his purse full, no matter how liberally he spends it. Income, that is the thing, ejaculated Benzier. Income, that's what it is. Income is the thing, ejaculated Benzier. I wish an income that will keep flowing into my purse, whether I sit upon the wall or travel the far lands. Arkad must know how a man can make an income for himself. Dost suppose it is something he could make clear to a mind that is slow as mine? Methinks he did not teach his knowledge to his son Namzir, Korabi responded. Did he not go to Nineveh, and so it is told at the end become without aid from his father one of the richest men in the city?
Cobby, thou bringest to me a rare thought. A new light gleamed in Bensir's eyes. It cost nothing to ask wise advice from a good friend, and Arkad was always that. Never mind, though our purses be as empty as the falcon's nest of a year ago. Let that not detain us. We are weary of being without gold in the midst of plenty. We wish to become men of means. Come, let us go to Arkad, and ask how we also may acquire income for ourselves. Thou speakest with true inspiration, Bensir. Thou bringest to my mind a new understanding. Thou makest me to realize the reason why we have never found any measure of wealth. We never sought it. Thou hast labored patiently to build the staunchest chariots in Babylon. To that purpose was devoted your best endeavors. Therefore, as it thou didst at it thou didst succeed. I strove to become a skillful lyre player, and at it I did succeed. In those things toward which we exerted our best endeavors, we succeeded. The gods were content to let us continue thus. Now, at last, we see a light, bright like that from the rising sun. It biddest us to learn more than that we may prosper more. With a new understanding, we shall find honorable ways to accomplish our desires. Let us go to Arcad this very day, Bansir urged. Also, let us ask other friends of our boyhood days who have fared no better than ourselves to join us, that they too may share in his wisdom. Thou wert ever thus meaningful of thy friends, Bansir. Therefore hast thou many friends. It shall be as thou sayest. We go this day and take them with us.
Chapter 2. In old Babylon, there once lived a certain very rich man named Arcad. Far and wide he was famed for his great wealth. Also he was famed for his liberality. He was generous in his chariots. He was generous with his family. He was liberal in his own expenses. But nevertheless, each year his wealth increased more rapidly than he spent it. And there were certain friends of younger days who came to him and said, "You, Arcad, are more fortunate than we. You have become the richest man in Babylon while we struggle for existence. You can wear the finest garments and you can enjoy the rarest foods, while we must be content if we can you must be content if we can clothe our families in raiment that's presentable and feed them as best we can. Yet, once we were equal, we studied under the same master." Did I turn the right page? Yeah, I did. "We played in the same games, and in neither the studies nor the games did you outshine us. And in the years since, you have been more an honorable citizen than we. Nor have you worked harder or more faithfully insofar as we can judge. Why then should a fickle fate single you out to enjoy all the good things in life and ignore us who are equally deserving?" Thereupon Arcad demonstrated with them, saying, "If you have not acquired more than a bare existence in the years since we were youths, it is because you either have failed to learn the laws that govern the building of wealth, or else you did not observe them. Fickle fate is a vicious goddess who brings no permanent good to anyone. On the contrary, she brings ruin to almost every man upon whom she showers unearned gold. She makes wanton spenders who soon dissipate all they receive and are left beset by overwhelming appetites and desires they have not the ability to gratify. Yet others whom she favors become misers and hoard their wealth, fearing to spend what they have, knowing they do not possess the ability to replace it. They further are beset by fear of robbers and doom themselves to live of emptiness and secret misery. Others there probably are who can take the unearned gold and add to it, and continue to be happy and contented citizens, but so few are they. I know of them, but by hearsay. Think you of the men who have inherited sudden wealth, and see if these things are not so." His friends admitted that of the men they knew who had inherited wealth, these words were true, and they besought him to explain to them how he had become possessed of so much prosperity. So he continued, "In my youth, I looked about me and saw all the good things there were to bring happiness and contentment, and I realized that wealth increased the potency of these things.